The city is still half asleep when Lan drives home. Her eyes sting from the hospital lights and sleepless hours. The car hums, steady, like a lullaby for a mind on fire. Every red light feels too long, every green too bright. She counts the minutes between breaths, between thoughts. The building on Maple Street stands tired and familiar. The bricks crumble, the hallway smells of damp and dust. She exhales, already picturing a clean shirt and quick return. Then she sees it. A sheet of orange paper taped to her door, too bright to ignore. Her heart drops before she even reads the words. Notice of rent increase. Current rent, $1,250. New rent, $4,800. Effective in 30 days. Her hands tremble as she traces the numbers. The world tilts slightly, and the hallway closes in. She feels the air thinning, like the hospital all over again. A whisper escapes her lips. No, not this. She looks down at the bottom of the page. The signature is elegant, practiced, cruelly familiar. My Hyan. Managing partner, Horizon Realty Group. Her half-sister. The same name that signed her graduation card years ago. The same hand that held hers at their father's funeral. Lan's knees almost buckle, but she forces herself upright. Inside, the apartment feels smaller than before. Photos line the wall, ghosts of a life once whole. Her father smiling beside her at her EMT ceremony. Hyan in her polished suit, already built for power. Lan at the edge of every frame, always a step behind. She drops her keys on the counter. They clatter too loud in the silence. The kitchen smells like yesterday's coffee and cheap detergent. She opens the fridge, stares at nothing, then shuts it again. The paper crumples in her fist, the ink smudging. She grabs her phone and dials the number she knows by heart. 4 rings. Voicemail. Her sister's calm, professional tone fills the line. Lan's voice shakes but doesn't break. Hyan, it's me. There must be a mistake. Call me back. She ends the call and stares at the phone screen. 6:42 a.m. The world keeps turning, oblivious to her unraveling. Her son lies in a hospital bed, fighting for air. And her sister just took away their home. She sinks onto the couch, the springs sighing beneath her. The walls feel closer now, the air heavier. She looks at the photo of her father on the nightstand. His eyes still kind, still believing in both daughters. A bitter laugh escapes her throat. You always said family protects each other. She closes her eyes, letting the silence press down. Tears threaten, but she swallows them whole. There's no time for breaking. She rises, grabs a duffel bag, starts packing clothes. Each folded shirt feels like an act of defiance. She pauses by the window, the city waking below. Not this time, she whispers. Her voice is quiet, but it carries weight. She locks the door behind her and walks away. The orange notice flutters once, then falls to the floor. The hospital room is quiet when Lan returns. Machines hum like a low chorus of fragile hope. Min sleeps, his face pale against the white pillow. She sinks into the chair, opens her laptop on trembling knees. The screen glows faintly in the dark, a cold kind of comfort. Her inbox is a graveyard of unread messages. Bills, condolences, reports, the noise of survival. Then one subject catches her eye. Important, please confirm receipt. From her father's email, 2 weeks before his stroke. Her breath catches as she clicks it open. No message, just an attachment labeled with numbers. She hesitates, then double-clicks. The document unfolds in sterile legal text. A property deed transfer, notarized and signed. Her eyes scan the lines, and her heart stops. Transfer of ownership, 1426 Maple Street. From Nguyen Van Hoa. To Lan An. Her name, written in her father's old handwriting. Ownership effective immediately upon registration. She presses a hand to her mouth, a sound escaping. He knew. He knew what her sister would do. The page blurs through tears she refuses to wipe. Her fingers fly over the keyboard, searching again. She types the property address into the tax portal. Each click opens another wound. 6 years of taxes, paid through Hyan's company. Fake invoices, repair records for work never done. Contractors that don't exist. Land scrolls faster, anger building beneath her skin. Her pulse beats in her ears louder than the monitors. A forgotten tenant complaint flashes across the screen. Mold, broken heating, collapsing ceiling. Response, owner notified, no action required. Dozens more appear. Everyone ignored. Everyone stamped with her sister's initials. Her laptop pings with a new message. Unknown number. Can you confirm demolition schedule for Maple Street? A pause, then another text. Sorry, wrong number. Then a third. She'll never check the deed registry, too busy playing nurse. Lan stares at the name under the message. HUY letter 1 EC1, NS assistant. The same man who smirked at her father's funeral. Her hands shake, but her thoughts sharpen. This is no mistake. This is theft, betrayal. Family turned predator. She exhales slowly, the air trembling out of her lungs. Not anymore, she whispers. The door opens softly behind her. TU letter 1 EA5N steps in, still in his EMT uniform. He sets a cup of coffee beside her, without a word. What's all this? He asks, eyes scanning the screen. Lan turns the laptop toward him. I own it, she says quietly, all of it. He reads the document, then looks at her in disbelief. She's been stealing from you for 6 years. Lan nods, her voice low and steady. I won't let her take anything else. Outside, dawn presses against the window. For the first time in days, she feels something fierce. Not despair, not fear. Resolve. She looks at her sleeping son and makes a promise. This ends with us. The morning light leaks through the blinds, thin and gray. Lan hasn't slept. Coffee sits untouched beside the laptop. Her inbox flashes with a new message from a law firm. Subject, concerning the welfare of your child. She clicks it open, her pulse quickening. The words blur into a threat wrapped in politeness. Concerns have been raised about Min's living conditions. Further legal action may be required. Her sister's fingerprints are all over every sentence. Lan exhales slowly, fighting the rising panic. It isn't enough for Hyan to steal her home. Now she wants her son too. A knock at the door startles her. An elderly woman stands in the hallway, clutching a folder. Are you Lan Ann? Her voice trembles, but her eyes are steady. Yes, Lan answers, wary but curious. I'm Mrs. Hoa from apartment 3B, the woman says softly. I heard what happened. You should see this. She opens the folder on the table. Photos spill out, dozens of them. Mold crawling up walls, ceilings collapsed, wires exposed. Each picture labeled with dates and apartment numbers. Lan flips through them, her throat tightening. These are from our building. All of them, Mrs. Hoa nods. We've been filing complaints for years. No one ever came. We thought no one cared. Lan looks up, the weight of the truth settling in. Her sister didn't just steal from her. She neglected everyone who lived under that roof. Mrs. Hoa's hands tremble slightly as she pours tea. We didn't know you were the real owner. If we had, we would have come to you sooner. Lan's voice cracks. You've been living in this. The older woman nods, a small, tired smile. We survived, but others left. A long silence fills the room, broken only by the hum of machines. Min shifts in his sleep, the oxygen line glinting in the light. Lan closes the folder carefully, like holding someone's life. Thank you, she whispers. Mrs. Hoa reaches out, squeezes her hand. You're not alone in this, child. None of us are. When she leaves, Lan stays still for a long time. The city outside feels louder now, closer. She picks up her phone and starts recording a message. To anyone living in 1426 Maple Street, she says quietly. I know what's been done to you. I know who's behind it. We're going to make it right. She sends it to the tenant group Mrs. Hoa created years ago. Notifications light up one after another. Messages of anger, disbelief, and finally, hope. Lan feels something shift inside her chest. For the first time, she isn't fighting alone. She gathers the documents, prints the deed, and seals them in a blue envelope. It was her father's color, the one he said meant protection. She looks toward her son's bed, the monitors steady and calm. This isn't just about us anymore, she murmurs. It's about everyone she's hurt. Her reflection in the window looks stronger than she remembers. The kind of woman her father believed she could be. The kind of mother who doesn't run. Lan closes the laptop and whispers to the quiet room. It's time to fight back. The hospital smells like disinfectant and rain. Lan adjusts the blanket over Min's legs. His breathing has steadied, soft and rhythmic. For the first time in days, she lets herself exhale. Then heels click sharply down the corridor. A sound too confident, too deliberate. She doesn't need to turn to know who it is. Hyen's voice cuts through the quiet like glass. I came as soon as I heard about Min. Lan freezes, her body tense. Hyen steps into the room, flawless in her white suit. She carries a glossy gift bag, pretending warmth. You look exhausted, dear. You should rest. Lan doesn't respond. Hyen's eyes wander across the machines, the charts, the wires. Every movement is a calculation, not compassion. Min stirs, blinking up at her. Aunt Hyen, he whispers weakly. Hyen smiles, perfect and hollow. Yes, sweetheart, I brought you something special. She sets the bag beside him, brushing his hair back. He tries to open it, but sleep drags him down again. The room falls silent, except for the steady beeping. Lan stands slowly, voice calm but tight. You shouldn't be here. Hyen's smile never wavers. I'm family, of course I should. The nurse steps in briefly, checking the monitor. Her eyes flick from Lan to Hyen, reading the tension. When she leaves, Hyen lowers her voice. We need to talk, privately. Lan glances at Min. He's sleeping, say it here. This isn't about him, Hyen says sharply. It's about the apartment, about business. Lan follows her into the hallway, jaw clenched. The fluorescent light washes the color from everything. Hyen folds her arms, cool and certain. I can give you 2 more weeks to move out. Lan laughs, low and bitter. You evict your sister while her son's in the ICU. Hyen's tone hardens. I've carried that building for years, Lan. You owe me. Lan stares at her, something shifting in her eyes. You're lying. Dad left it to me. The color drains from Hyen's face. For a heartbeat, silence stretches between them. Then she scoffs lightly. That old paper, he wasn't of sound mind. Lan's voice sharpens to steel. The notary and his doctor disagreed. I filed the deed yesterday. Hyen's mask cracks, anger flashing. You have no idea what you've started. Fighting me will destroy you. Lan steps closer, unafraid. No, it'll free me. The elevator dings behind them. TU letter 1EA5N walks out, holding 2 coffees. He takes in the scene instantly. Morning, he says easily, handing one to Lan. Hyen glares, her power slipping. Then another voice calls from down the hall. Mrs. Ho approaches, folder in hand. I brought those records you asked for, she says. 36 violations, all signed under her name. Lan meets Hyen's eyes, steady and unbroken. This isn't just family business anymore. Hyen's voice shakes for the first time. You'll regret this. Lan turns back toward the room, her voice calm. No, sister, for once I won't. Behind her, Hyen's heels echo like retreat. Lan closes the door, the sound final and clean. Min stirs and murmurs, "Mom." She takes his hand and smiles softly. "It's okay, love, she's gone." Outside, the rain starts again, steady and sure. Lan breathes in and whispers, "It's our turn now." The hospital lights never dim. Lan's phone vibrates on the tray beside her. A message from an unknown number flashes. Court documents on the way, custody petition filed. Her stomach twists before she even opens it. A PDF loads slowly, each page worse than the last. Petitioner, my Hyan. Grounds, parental unfitness, psychological instability, unsafe housing. Lan reads the words twice, then a third time. Her sister is trying to take Min away. Not just the apartment, but her son. She presses her palms against her eyes, breathing through the panic. Her phone buzzes again. A photo appears on the screen. Hyan, smiling somberly for the camera. Caption, sometimes love means making hard choices. Within minutes, hundreds of sympathetic comments appear. Lan sets the phone down, trembling but silent. No more panic, only precision now. She's trained for emergencies. This is just another one. Assess, prioritize, respond. She starts typing, gathering every file, every email, every receipt. Outside the window, cameras flash from a black car below. A man with a telephoto lens points up toward Min's room. Lan pulls the blinds shut and turns off the light. The silence grows heavy, like a storm before impact. Her phone rings again. "Lan, it's Mrs. Hoa." The older woman's voice is breathless, full of purpose. "The city inspector just arrived. We showed him everything. He said it's one of the worst cases he's ever seen." Lan closes her eyes, relief breaking through the fear. "Thank you," she whispers. "There's more," Mrs. Hoa continues, voice rising. "The newspaper published the story. It's everywhere. Your sister's company, her fraud, it's all out now." Lan opens her laptop, the headline glowing on the screen. "Family fraud, the real estate scandal behind Horizon Realty." Her father's photo sits beside it, smiling proudly in an old frame. Lan feels something deep inside her unclench. The truth is finally breathing. A soft sound pulls her back to the bed. Min stirs, eyes fluttering open. "Mom," he whispers, voice hoarse but clear. "Are we going to lose our home?" Lan kneels beside him, taking his hand. His fingers are warmer than before. She smiles, steady and sure. "No, sweetheart, we're not losing anything. We're taking it back." He nods sleepily, his small chest rising with ease. Lan sits beside him, watching his breaths even out. The monitors blink soft green in the dark. For the first time in weeks, she doesn't feel powerless. Her phone buzzes again, this time from the nurse's station. "Call from Bergman and Associates," the nurse says. "They said it's urgent." Lan looks at Min, his eyelids heavy with sleep. She smiles faintly. "Tell them I'll call later," she says. Her voice is calm, deliberate. "My son comes first." Outside, the city hums with chaos she no longer fears. Every lie is unraveling in real time. She looks at the stack of papers on the table, evidence, truth, survival. Then she whispers to the still air, almost like a vow. "They wanted a fight. They just got one." The courthouse smells of paper and nerves. Lan stands in the hallway, clutching the blue envelope. TU letter 1EA5N waits beside her, silent but solid. Across the marble floor, Hyan arrives in a storm of perfume and heels. Two lawyers flank her, polished and cold. "Lan," she says softly, her voice rehearsed. "We don't have to do this. We're family." Lan doesn't answer. Family stopped meaning safety a long time ago. "If you drop the case, I'll withdraw the custody petition," Hyan adds. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Lan glances toward the courtroom door. "Whatever you have to say," she replies, "say it to the judge." The bailiff opens the door, and the sound swallows them both. Inside, the room feels too bright, too clean for so much dirt. The judge adjusts her glasses, eyes unreadable. Hyen takes the stand first. Her words flow like honey dipped in poison. My sister has been unstable since our father passed, she begins. She neglects her health and her child's environment. Photos appear on a screen, dishes, unmade beds, cluttered corners. All taken during the days Lan lived in the hospital. Lan's fists tighten on the table. Hyen dabs at her eyes with a tissue. I only want what's best for my nephew, she says sweetly. The courtroom murmurs. Lan's attorney stands, calm and precise. Your Honor, we'd like to call our first witness. Dr. Pham, the pediatric specialist, enters in scrubs. Her testimony is sharp, clinical, and clear. Min's recovery is due entirely to his mother's vigilance. She is competent, attentive, and tireless. Next comes Lan's supervisor from the EMT unit. Lan Ann is the most reliable responder we have, he says. She saves lives for a living. The inspector follows, carrying photos of the apartment building. Mold, exposed wires, rotten pipes. These are years of neglected violations, he says flatly. All under Horizon Realty's management. A hush spreads through the room. Then Lan's attorney opens the blue envelope. The paper rustles like thunder in still air. Her father's handwriting flows across the page. A deed transfer. A statement of intent. Signed, sealed, notarized. Ownership of 1426 Maple Street, the lawyer reads. Granted to my daughter, Lan Ann. Hyen's jaw tightens. Her eyes dart between the judge and the lawyer. Then a voice recording fills the room. Her own voice, sharp and cruel. She'll crack under the bills. The kid won't last long anyway. Gasps ripple through the courtroom. The judge removes her glasses, face carved from stone. I've heard enough, she says. This court dismisses the custody petition. Full ownership of the property is granted to Miss Lan Ann. Financial restitution and fraud investigation to follow. The gavel strikes once, echoing like thunder. Hyen stands frozen, lips parting without sound. For the first time, she has nothing to say. Lan exhales, shoulders trembling. The weight she's carried for years finally lifts. TU letter 1EA5N places a hand on her shoulder. It's over, he whispers. She shakes her head gently. No, she says, voice steady. It's just beginning. Outside, sunlight spills across the courthouse steps. Lan breathes deep, unafraid of the air anymore. Every inhale feels like victory. Every exhale, freedom. The city hums below, alive and waiting. And for the first time in forever, so is she. The sun melts gold across the rooftops. Lan leans against the railing, wind brushing her hair. Below, laughter drifts from the courtyard garden. Children run where weeds once grew. Fresh paint glows on the walls, bright and clean. Min races across the roof, cheeks flushed with color. Mom, look, I can run faster now. She smiles, heart swelling with quiet pride. The air smells of rain and new beginnings. Mrs. Hoa appears with a tray of lemonade. People are happy again, she says softly. Lan nods, eyes shining in the fading light. Her father's photo rests on a small table nearby. His smile catches the last of the sunset. We did it, Dad, she whispers. TU letter 1EA5. NS laughter echoes from the stairwell below. Lan sits in her father's old chair, calm and still. Min settles beside her, resting his head on her arm. Is it really ours now, Mom? He asks. All of it, she answers. Not just the building, the peace too. The city hums beneath them, alive and kind. Lan closes her eyes, breathing without fear. Every breath is proof they've won. And this time, nothing can take it away.